Tottenham
Man.
4, Manchester United 3. We thought Manchester United were going to do a big comeback, but the last goal against
Man.
Nigeria,
Yeah, man.
that guy.
Ooh.
Before we talk about the game fully, was that a foul?
Yeah, for me, I think it's a foul because,
No, not for me. It was not
you
a
know,
foul.
yeah, for me, you could say it's soft, but then for me, it's a foul because, you've taken flight. You're sort of like about mid-air. You're trying to grab the ball or anticipating the ball that you grab it, and then someone sort of like, pulls you down by your arm. You see, it's except you have taken like you had an amazing leap or something like that. Like, you know, you will definitely you're not reach your supposed or your anticipated height, but whatever, you can also look at it from the other side and say it's very soft, probably lack of positioning. I was watching with my mate and he was like, the goalkeeper didn't take command of his box, and I could agree because like he sort of like moved away sort of from his line and all the both ways really, if you ask me. You can. I don't think you'll be wrong if you say it's a foul and if you say it's not a foul. Like it's one of those sort of like actions in the game of football, really. But for me, it's something that a goalkeeper of his caliber, it's just kind of errors like he shouldn't be making them. But then again, errors are costing Manchester United a lot of errors from the goalkeepers, from the back lines, from the midfielders.
Do you know that four of the goals? Do you know that I think 4 of the goals that they scored today were avoidable?
Oh yes. The first one, goalkeeping error, obviously. Like Bandir, such kind of shots, you shouldn't be parrying them into the 18-yard box in dangerous areas. Such kind of shots, I think you should be parrying them wide. You shouldn't be, pushing them back into the 18-yard box where it's a danger error. And then the defenders also, I didn't know, what they were watching, that they let Solanke react the fastest. But it is what it is, honestly, if you ask me. I just saw, for me, it was a game of, summary for me, it was a game of two terrible sides, honestly.
It was a good game for the neutrals.
Yeah, for the neutrals, obviously, yeah, good game for the neutrals who enjoyed the goals and all the very crazy, funny moments throughout the game. But for fans, I want to believe for fans of both teams, that was a shit show, honestly, of a performance.
Marcus Rashford dropped again.
Yeah. So in the words of Ruben, he said he picked, a squad rather that he thought is the strongest that are ready to play a very tough game as this. And for me, like I said earlier today, I'm standing on what I said. I really care less at this point in time. If you are not going to be contributing to the roster, I'm talking right now to where Manchester United is looking to go, as a football club, performances on the pitch, life out of the pitch, during training sessions, conducting yourself in the media and all that. I really care less about you. You see Ahmad coming on. You see how I think for the third game running now, Ahmad has, either scored or assisted, or his movements have led to go. Ahmad sniffs, around the opponent's 18-yard box, within the pockets of the defenders, making life very uncomfortable for them. He's always anticipating errors. He's always reading the game. He's there. He's hungry. You could see that's the least we're asking for from Rashid. And so honestly, like if Rashford was on the pitch today, he wouldn't have pressed. He wouldn't have gone. Even the one that Zexi went for, Rashford wouldn't go. He probably would stop somewhere close to the 6-yard box. He wouldn't press to the end of it. We've seen it for 8 years, 9 years. It's not basically, for me, it's nothing new. And honestly, like I can only look forward for better. Trust me, I can only look forward for better. Like enough of all the whole Rashford thing. There are over 20, 25, 26 players out there who are willing to play. Let's make use of them. Have guys on the 18s and on the 23s are also looking and just sniffing around the corner, asking for opportunities. So if you have the opportunity and you think that the best way for you to utilize it or sort of like repay the trust of those whom have granted you such opportunity is to sort of like shit on their faces, then so be it. I care less, honestly. You see, Garnacho also.
Do you think that the team is progressing?
Yeah, I honestly, like I understand we are conceding very terrible goals. So when we are not conceding goals, we are good. When we want to concede goals, we concede terrible goals under Ruben Amorim. I mean, very annoying goals that could sort of like ruin your day, ruin your moments. Watching the game. Very terrible goals. Like the first one, Banjo. The second one, Licha. Fair play to him. He did his best to, stick out his leg and try to deflect the ball or whatever. The fourth goal, terrible, honestly. Like even though the second goal Solanke scored, like, well, Johnny Evans, you could forgive him, injury, age, and all that, his reaction, but like it's something you should step on to Solanke. You should force him to back to his left.
Are you going to blame Johnny Evans for that or Martinez?
Martinez was the one who let him. No, Martinez let him in on his right, and that's what I'm saying. I'm saying Johnny Evans should have tried to see how he could force him back, anticipating the fact that obviously, Solanke is central forward, a traditional central forward in his rights. Yeah, in I think somewhere about maybe 16 yards or thereabouts, he will always be looking at going on goal. So, but that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Once Manchester United is playing well, they're in good shape. We saw the spells, in the game. We saw them pressing. We saw them recovering balls, winning second balls and third balls. We saw the duels, them not shying away. The Manchester United of old, just a month ago, or probably, just about a month ago, the Manchester United we know, or we sort of like got accustomed to in the last 2 years, 3 goals down, I and they would have thrown in the towel. But for me, you get to see a team that is fighting, a team that is believing. A team is a goal down, 2 goals down, and their heads are not sinking. They are not burying their heads. They are still trying to keep their head high up. And one good thing, still play what the coach is asking them to play. Not because, like, you see them concede goals and they don't sort of like get broken apart or get into disarray and just begin to play football. They still stick to the pattern. They still play. Yeah, they stick to the plan. And so for me, I think the team is improving defensively as a unit. I think there's more belief, there's more confidence in the units right now. I think we're beginning to see them not just create chances, but finish chances. We're seeing goals from the wingers, from the central forward, and from the middle of the park. So goal contributions are coming in from everywhere. I think more than anything else, there is the belief. There are those errors, but I think with time, maybe some mixes. Again, about the lineups, I just think it's time that maybe the coach just sticks to a starting 11 or at best a starting 13 or 14 at best. A starting 13.
So, what are your final thoughts? Let's round up.
For me, it wasn't an entirely exciting. It wasn't entirely an exciting watch for me as an individual. Going one goal down, early in the first half, I think about midway in the first half, and then within the space of 10 minutes at the commencement of the second half, you're conceding 2 more goals and you're 3 goals down. Then the substitutions and that, and then sort of like pick up the game. And somehow, we're thinking, oh yeah, we've got chances right now. We're in the game, not just down by a goal, but then again, sort of like pegging Tottenham in their own half and forcing them into errors and, sort of like taking away the sting from them and, sort of like all up in their faces. And then you go to concede the kind of goal you considered from the corner. Such a terrible goal, if you ask me, yet again from a set piece, yet again from the corner kick. So for me, it's a shit show. Basically, I just saw 2 below par teams.
Considered goals from how many corner kicks now in the last 3 games?
I think prior to the Man City one, it was 7 or 8 corners.
Considered 2 against Arsenal.
No, prior to the City game, I think it was 7 or 8 corners. So they're somewhere about.
And they have a set piece coach.
Yeah, there's
Something
somewhere
needs to be
about
done.
there's about like nine corner kicks right now. They have 9 goals rather they have let in from corner kicks so far this season. So for me, it's a shit show for neutrals. Exciting game. 7 goal thriller they will call it, but for United fans, I'll speak for myself also, and maybe I want to also believe for a larger chunk of the Manchester United fans, it's a terrible show. We saw goals, we saw um, individual and at some point and team plays that gave us confidence in the first half. Bruno, we saw how they were able to manage the game, play on the right, switch diagonal to Bruno. Second half, we saw more balanced and play from both ends after the substitution. I'm talking Garnacho and Ahmad. We saw Zaxi for the first time. For me, I think this is one of the best, or probably for me, this is the best game Zaxi have played in the red since joining Manchester United. Yeah. So he was pressing, he was running, he was winning aerial duels. He was bringing down the balls and playing them wide, bringing his midfielders into the game. He was running and pressing. He didn't give us the whole sluggish, galloping Zaxi that we have sort of like beginning to get accustomed to. So in my own thought, I was like, okay, just maybe the whole Rashford situation is sending some message. The whole Garnacho situation is sending some message, to the team, particularly to the younger guys who haven't made any name, so to say, in football. So beats here and there to give us hope going forward. We saw them play as a unit, saw individual performances, excellent individual performances. But in summary, it's a shit show. I look forward to Bournemouth in Old Trafford over the weekend. Sunday, it's 2 p.m. or 4 p.m. on Sunday, Old Trafford. I just hope we are going to go out there, impose our game on Bournemouth. Bournemouth a very decent side again, a very tough side, particularly particularly when they are playing in their home. But then again, we expect a very tough game. But if they're able to sort of like impose their gameplay, their style of play on Bournemouth, I think is a game that Manchester United shouldn't be finishing with anything less than two goals off here.
All right, Dan. Thank you very much for joining me. I'll see you after the next game.
Yeah, thank you, Ahmed. Do have a good evening.
You too.